My biggest thing is just it's the tapping. It's the tapping and acknowledging that I can release stuff from my body and my mind all by myself. It doesn't take something big complicated.
For me, the biggest thing that I had never seen was the triad of the abundance queen. Like it totally, like feeling into the body and the mind and the talk and seeing it in this structure. Like it's, of course I knew about that, but and I just put it out there, and it was my like thing that I kept looking at it in the living room, like where I am all the time. It was a big deal.
The standing up for the bigger yes. So letting go of the money or the thing you thought you wanted, or being liked or respected by somebody, because actually there's a bigger yes. And it doesn't matter if nobody else gets it. It's still a bigger yes, and it matters more.
I think for me, the big thing that I accomplished over the last 6 weeks was wrapping up the past. I think I energetically, and then also like with all of the pending work that I've been completing, I think that was like the biggest takeaway, where I now feel firmly rooted. Like it just feels like that portion of like having to deal with pent up, unresolved, and then also living other people's lives versus my own. I feel like that portion of my life is definitely over. And then the second thing was the prosperity queen thing that we did. I think that allowed me to come to terms with my own vernacular about like how I talk to myself, and it also allowed me to anchor in like my vision board to my words. So I think that it became a really easy process for me, because I was like, oh yeah, because now when I talk about like what I want, it doesn't feel like a lie because I have the words for it. And what I see is what I say. So there's a little bit of like connection there.
Everything that everyone's shared so far just really resonated. I think that the biggest thing that stood out for me was being part of this group. Like for the longest time, I've just like been like this solo person, like just doing it by myself. And the thing that really touched me is that we like, let's look at what each and every one of us wants and desire and hold that for each other. Like I did not grow up with that. It was just like, you do your own thing, you be strong, you struggle, you do it by yourself. But to be a part of a group where women were holding my dreams with me, and I had an opportunity to do that for them, that really touched me. It was the biggest heart thing. Like there's always the learning and the stuff, and yes, that whole triad, the triad, and all that is so powerful. But just all of you holding my dreams for me, and for me to be able to hold your dreams for you, that's new.
Mine was that, and there's quite a few, but the very first process we did around identifying the old stories and then the new stories, and maybe that was the triangle Valerie was speaking to. Was that it?
Yeah, it's like the old way of being and then the new way of being, and they're like two different characters that think very differently, act very differently, hold themselves very different. Yeah, the comparison.
Absolutely. And that's why I do need to do the we call it autobiography.
The autobiography of a queen.
Yeah, I definitely need to do that, and you can hold me accountable to that, to have that done, or do it while you're here and be witness to that, because I definitely feel the difference in when I am victim, I act this way. When I am empowered, I act this way, and they're so two different sides.
Totally.
It's really freaking remarkable. And just when you're sharing the story of the butterfly, that like really hit me emotionally. I couldn't even talk to describe it at the time, because I recognized what are the times I have forced something to happen by overriding my intuitive sense. Oh my God, like that just really brought it right home. And this is about like backing up enough to say, okay, I am in flow and I trust when I blank. And that is the queen I'm stepping into to the next level, and literally creating the space for myself is creating the space to step into that, regardless of other relationship. I've put so much energy into partnership, relationship, family relationships to fill the gaps and the voids of this expectation that that's somehow their role. It's like, oh my God, I didn't even know I was doing it.
Wow.
I didn't even know I was doing it. So what does whole, complete, and sovereign look like for me? That's been a huge conversation. This whole process has been holding me in. I'm so grateful.
You know, a few things. I have to definitely agree with Moira that it was being in the group and holding other people's visions as much as I was holding my own. And also the idea that I can both become aware of and then rewrite my story. And that it is an ongoing process. It's not, it doesn't just end, but yeah, really, really great experience. Thank you, Kelly.
You're so welcome.
And thank you everyone in the group. It's been really wonderful to be here with all of you.